What does the word Diwali mean? The name Diwali or Diwali is a contraction of the word Deepavali. This translates into row of lamps. Diwali involves lighting of small clay lamps filled with oil to signify the triumph of good over evil. Diwali dates for 2012-2016. As you can see, every year Diwali happens, and it does change date from date, year from year. This year it's on November the 13th on a Tuesday, and next year it becomes earlier, and then earlier the year after that, later, and then earlier. So let's move around backwards and forwards. When does Diwali happen? The timing of Diwali is signified when there is a new moon in Libra. As you can see, the moon and sun are both at 27 degrees in Libra in the picture. Libra, or in Sanskrit Dula, is a position where balance must be found between spiritual and material. This particular word Dula is defined as scale, balance, or lamp wick. This symbol here is like the setting sun. Also specifically, in this year the sun and moon are in a nakshatra, or fixed constellation, called Vishaka. This nakshatra is symbolized by the triumphal arch. Vishaka is a place where a conscious decision must be made to have faith to walk through the arch into the spiritual journey. The next sign after Vishaka, or nakshatra, is in Scorpio. This is where spiritual energy is awakened and the journey to liberation begins. As you know, as I mentioned earlier, that Libra here is also the place where the sun is weakest. The sun, as we know, sets in the west, and when the sun is in Libra, it is actually in the western position, known to be in a state called debilitation. This state means the sun is the weakest it can be. The sun is weakest when it's fully immersed in the world of materiality, and almost as if the sun touches the earth, it then disappears. So when the sun is touching the earth, it's actually immersed in the material world. Here it becomes harder to find one's true self and identity. We also can lose sight of vitality and inspiration. The double whammy during Diwali is not only is the sun at its weakest point, also the moon becomes dark and loses all its luminosity. The world fills with darkness, and at this point the sun is at its most weakest and the moon has disappeared. This is the lowest point in the annual cycle of the sun. This is when we also lose sight of who we are by being too entangled in the outer world and its related forms and our desires. We can ourselves become overcome with darkness. What was Diwali celebrated for? In the ancient story of the Ramayana, Diwali is celebrated as the lighting of lamps to herald the return of the king, Lord Ram, who vanquished the demon, Ravan. In the esoteric sense, it is the victory of the higher self over the lower self, and the realization that we are spiritual beings of light having a human experience. The lighting of the lamp signifies that conscious moment where we decide to reorient our direction and perception, and to be illuminated instead and guided by our spiritual experience. At this point, we pass through the gate, or the triumphal arch, Vishaka. We are then able to light the lamps of others and also see the light in others too. It is truly then a happy Diwali. Soma wishes you a very happy Diwali this year.